Hello, souls and wisps. Welcome back, kinda. I know I said I'm not doing video games. This is technically not game. This is tier list, which I mean you could fight against whether it's better or worse. Um, it's okay. Anyways, I know I said I was gonna do more stuff with my characters. I will. I'm just gonna have to make a whole video on what I want because I need help from what I'm trying to do and such. It's a whole thing. Just wait until the whole video comes out whenever it does. So just to entertain you guys a little bit, and also because I personally love Mewgenics, I wanted to rank all the main songs in Mewgenics on a pretty fun tier list. These Mewgenics songs are not gonna be used because these are the radio songs plus the songs that aren't really there, like the NPC songs. I mean, I love the NPC songs, especially Isolated Showers, but I'm not gonna rank them because first of all, there's a lot of them, and two, I mean, they're very very short, especially the NPC ones. And in the radio songs, they don't have too much, unlike the actual main songs. I will include the two trailers, one like three radio songs, but mainly because they're part of a set, and the boss or the house bosses songs. And we're gonna go from acts. So I will explain bosses and how the song fits into the fight or whatever. So if you have not completed Mewgenics, be careful. I will warn you what act we're going to. It starts with Act 1, which is all the way up to the Throbbing King. Act 2, which is all the way up to Brush Your Teeth. And then it goes from Scrambled all the way to kind of the end, actually. But yes, that's how the ranking is. It goes from different acts. Act 3 being the biggest. So, if you haven't complete Mewgenics, spoilers, will be a lot. And that's about it. All right, so now that we got all that done and I explained the majority of everything, we start now with the original Mewgenics song. This one, I mean, I could feel like it becomes nostalgic after like a couple of years. I can see the song being very big cuz I just like it cuz I mean, the original was really nice. I know the original was really nice. I know they made the second trailer after a while, and then, so much more. I think it's just a good way that Edmund just brought back the intentions to Mewgenics. I love it. I know it's technically not a radio song, it's just a trailer song, but I still think it should be part of the list. So I put it on A just because it's cool. I love the song so much. I also think it really works well since they both have the old trailer and a new trailer using the exact same audio. Also, the new trailer has Steven in it, so that's a big plus. We love Steven. Yeah, next song. Next one is Sad Cat Lady. This is a second trailer they released pretty... I mean, technically, if we're doing trailers, then technically Black Pussy should also be on the list. Because they did release the live action trailer. You know what? We're not gonna do that one just because. Sorry. But Sad Cat Lady, I honestly was so hyped when it came out because I was like, oh my god, new Mewgenics content, and it's not the same song. I think this one goes on the same list. It's really nice. I love them both. They're both really nice songs. And then we're gonna move on to Act 1. If you somehow did not do Act 1, first of all, what are you doing? This game came out like a couple months ago, broski. You are left behind. Better catch up. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna do the Act 1 starting now. Alright, I honestly do like eating rats. For a beginning level, I love the boss fight compared to Hippo. I know the Hippo is technically like the second boss you get. I don't like Hippo. Hippo's just not cool. I don't know how to explain Hippo, but I feel like Hippo doesn't fit as well as Radical Rat in the sense of the song. But either way, the first time I heard Eating Rats, like from the transition from instrumental to lyrics, my brain was hyped. Unbelievable, dude. I was my mind exploded. It was so freaking cool. Honestly, I go A. Just because I love it. It's one of my first things. It's the first song I heard in Mewgenics, after the tutorial, and it just filled me up with so much glee to hear the song. It was so fun, so much fun. Okay, now we go with Flush. I also really like Flush. Boris is a really freaking cool boss, and I'm glad there's only one boss except for Flushmaker, but That guy doesn't really count. They don't do too much as long as you understand how to counter them. But I love Flush. I think it fits really well for the whole sewers, which makes sense. I love the clanking in the background because, you know, stuff. But really gives you that good feel. I always really like going to the sewers. A lot better than whatever the Boneyard has. I'm gonna complain a lot about the Boneyard, actually. This one, I love it. But compared to Nostalgia, it still goes on A. I mean, I was gonna put it in B, but truly, all those Act 1 songs are amazing. Alright, next one. This one blew my mind the first time I fought this freaking spider. I mean, I'm not sure what really hit me. I just think it was just a presentation, you know? You fight a baby spider, and then suddenly the big spider comes down. It's fun. I mean, I already knew that it was gonna be a fake out, because I was like, dude, it's no way it's a baby spider. You know? Honestly, I kind of like it. I really do like it. It's a lot more calm than compared to like eating rats. You know what? All of Act 1 is really calm, except when you go to the chum bucket and then, or you know, the junkyard, the boneyard, Guillotina. It gets pretty bad afterwards. But you know, I still love it. Personally, it is one of my favorites. I listen for it from time to time. In fact, all of these songs are on my playlist on Spotify just because Mewgenics really does pop off no matter what. I don't know why, they don't really miss. It's crazy. Though I do like it. I'm gonna go A with Flush. Okay, so now it gets a little bit weirder. This is when you go to the alternate of the sewers, which is the junkyard. I'm being so real. Junkyard and the graveyard sucks. If you're going to the junkyard and graveyard, you are messing your run up. It is terrible. I mean, unless you're doing achievements or whatever. But it's like you don't even get a good end goal. Like the boneyard sucks. But this is the I'm getting ahead of myself. This is the junkyard. Junkyard isn't bad. It's harder than the sewers in my opinion. But you know, it's not too bad. I do like the song. Well, kinda. I just feel like it's kind of missing something. It's not exactly good like the other Act 1 things, but you know, I still really appreciate it. Now, move on. Next one. Okay, now my least favorite boss and character in all of Mewgenics, Dybbuk, whatever you want to call him. Also known as the big piece of doo-doo. I hate him with my heart, bro. One worst boss in the entire game. Literally, it's so annoying to have a boss that just doesn't die until you like have area control or whatever. Like even then, it's so hard to corner him. If you do corner him, you do like 10 damage max. Like I don't know. It really makes me mad just to see him. Like it's so annoying. Being so real. I love the song though. Don't get me wrong. The music is so sick. But you know, Dybbuk, he sucks. Like he sucks. He's going to the lowest tier just because the boss. I mean, the music's cool. The music would probably go A. But, you know, since the boss sucks, we're going D tier. Yeah, if you're a Dybbuk fan, you suck. I'm sorry. I know Ruby, one of my friends, loves Dybbuk. I hate him with my heart. Seriously, that guy is so bad. He's so annoying. There's nothing else to say. That guy was literally... I could make an hour video of just how bad freaking Dybbuk is. I know someone already made a video about Dybbuk and some other creatures being the worst and like not fun to play against. I understand that. I should be the second person to do it too. But yeah, D tier because just the boss alone. Music, pretty good though. Next, now we go for the first house boss, Guillotina. I'm not lying. The first time I noticed there was house bosses, I was actually like, hold up, this is kind of fire. This is a great idea. I love Guillotina. Honestly, pretty cool. I'm gonna go B though, because Crystalline Dreams goes on top right now. Guillotina, really nice, fits her character a lot, and I like how each time you kill her, she just comes back. Kind of funny. Not much else to say. It was kind of like odd that she comes back 3 freaking times. Kind of crazy, but whatever. I wish that the music did change with what level of death she's at, you know? That doesn't make any sense, I'm sorry. I wish that the music changed with what phase you're fighting Guillotina. Like the first time you fight her when she's fully alive, it could play this version. But like it slowly gets more rotten and, you know, something else. I feel like they could add more of a deceased tone to it and make it sound more dead. I think that would be really funny if it was just like, you know, a constant threat towards your house, but like the music also slows down and gets more bad, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Still, one of my favorites. I love Guillotina. This is practically the end of Act 1, so moving on to Act 2, spoilers for Act 2, and the special unlocked zone for Act 1. Just a warning, you guys could click off now. Okay, this one, being real, I love Sweet Delicious. I like the song, or the song is mid. It doesn't have lyrics really. It's just a bunch of moaning and groaning with Throbbing King laughing in the background. Ah, never mind. Actually, it does have lyrics. My bad. But anyways, like, it's odd. The first time I made it to Throbbing Domain, I actually end up dying with like a bunch of cool cats. So you know, it does suck. You know, it's a very hard zone. I'm not lying. I hate that most of the enemies could just regenerate or spawn more of enemies. It's annoying. I understand the main goal is to kill the spawners before they spawn too many monsters. It gets kind of annoying. It's very hard, but I'm glad there's only like 2 actual levels you have to fight before you reach the Throbbing King. But honestly, I don't feel like there's a good reward at the end. I know you could get special things from it, but it didn't really hit me. You know, in fact, it kind of made me mad that I had to even go to the Throbbing Domain. Plus, the unlock route, you have to go with Dybbuk? Ew? Dybbuk? Come on. I'm joking. But, you know, I still kind of hate it. It was kind of eh. But I understand. That's kind of it. That's my thoughts on Sweet Delicious. Moving on. Oh my god, dude. The first time I made it to the Throbbing King successfully, I was singing along to his freaking song, dude. I love it. I don't even know why. It feels really medieval almost somehow. It really fits his name and all that. It's a Randy Marsh knockoff too. It's so cool. Wow. Huge things. Honestly, the first time I heard the song, I was impressed. I was so happy, man. So, okay, I gotta explain how I learned these songs. Normally, I would put them on Spotify whenever I like them, and I'll play Mewgenics until I hear the song, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I know it, because I listened to it before. And it's just really nice to hear, you know? That's why I really like Throbbing King. Really fun song. Really cool song. It's honestly one of my favorites. Put away Lonesome Road. That's later on. So I'm putting it A tier 2 because it really fits. It's pretty nice. It's really nice. Fits the theming. Very cool. Nice song. Very nice song. Oh, the boss fight himself? Oh, he sucks. Actually, Throbbing King sucks. Sucks a lot. He sucks more than Sweet Delicious. Or, well, technically not a boss, but still enemies. Suck a lot. I really hate him. I really dislike him so much. He got really annoying really fast. He has a lot of tank. I don't know why. He gets really tanky, at least for me. It's kind of weird. Anyways, Act 2. This is the official Act 2. So if you haven't made it to Act 2, put pause and, you know, play Mewgenics. Alright, we move. Okay. Whew. I love the desert. Actually, scratch that. I hate the desert. The desert is mixed. I'm being real. I love the thought of having like no healing for like a certain round, but I feel like it's too much. The desert is the first thing you get in Act 2, and it's surprisingly so difficult for no reason. Plus the mini boss, freaking this one, the Necromancer, sucks. I want that Necromancer deleted off my save file. I'm being so real. I lost five runs to the Necromancer mini boss. I hate it so much. I haven't even fought Marshmallow. I know people said Marshmallow is worse than the Necromancer. No, I never fought Marshmallow. I don't care. I hate the Necromancer so much. So much. Oh my god, dude. So, I love the desert. The debuff sucks a lot. The enemies aren't too bad to deal with. They don't do too much damage. Zodiac does kind of suck, but it's not as bad. Gambit, really cool character. Love Gambit. Hate the Necromancer. It goes like, I'll put B just because I really like it, but it's losing all this points because of, well, everything in the desert. It doesn't really go to Sweet Delicious tier, but, you know, it's decent. I love the bunker. Dude, this pops me off like crazy. I don't know what Edmund does to his games, but I'm pretty sure he's lacing it with something. Because, holy, Alone in the Dark is my favorite area in the entirety of Mewgenics. Kinda. You know, asterisk at the end. But, so far, I love the song for Alone in the Dark, and I love all the enemies down there. I mean, they do kind of suck. I really hate the cultists when they start leveling up and get the hat or whatever. But besides that, I mean, it's still really fun. I love the music. I love the boss. I love everything about the bunker. Even the end, when you reach hell, it's still not bad. It's still one of my favorites. No idea why, but holy, it's beautiful. Love the bunker. Well, now we have Down with the Devil. I don't know what to say exactly, but it's not like, I love the song. So don't get me wrong, the song's pretty good. I give it a B. But boss wise, enemy wise, and just the entire environment wise, sucks. I mean, like, yeah, it kind of does. It's for being the final zone of Act 2. It is so easy. Like the mini boss, what's his name? Cerberus, the mini boss Cerberus, like, yeah, he doesn't do much. If you hit him enough times, he just dies. But like, I don't know, it's fun. I don't mind going to the coven, but like, it's just underwhelming sometimes. Cause like, you're like, oh wow, I'm going to hell, you know, like, oh wow, this is a big zone for me. Dude, the Throbbing King was harder, and that guy is a flesh pit. Like, come on. I know they're trying to buff it or something because the new patch notes or whatever. Even still, I feel like it's just not big enough. You only visit this place like 3 times the entire run, unless you want achievements. But, yeah. The song's great, though. Don't get me wrong. Just the whole zone itself, not my favorite. Not my favorite. I love the crater. The crater, just like the Alone in the Dark, or just like the bunker, one of my favorites. The final boss does kind of suck. They feel a little tanky, but I mean, I understand. It is a bit harder when you go to the crater and whatnot. It is pretty difficult, but one of my favorite songs. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's the best song in Mewgenics. No, it's not. That is the biggest lie of all time. There's good songs, but like, Feline Invader is not my favorite amongst everything else. You know? I don't get me wrong. I love the zone. It's pretty cool, plant-based aliens, which I think is a good change from normal aliens. Pretty cool stuff. Not much else to say. I didn't lose too many runs to the alien crater. I don't think. I lost a couple, but not as much as the desert. God forbid, the freaking Necromancer. I'm sorry. And it's a lot harder than the Coven. Pretty good stuff. Compared to the bunker, this one's a lot more harder than the second alternate path. But that's kind of all I have to say. Not much. Pretty good song though. I love the moon. Holy man. Whew. I love going to the alternate path just for the moon, and I love going to the other alternate path for the bunker. They popped off with this one, I'm not even gonna lie. It's surprisingly very chill for what the moon is. The moon is pain, misery, and injuries. If you know what I'm saying, those mini bosses does kind of suck. But you know what? As for the song, another S tier. Holy dude. I was actually planning to do so much with this song, but I can't. But if you never made it to the moon, you're gonna have a great time, kinda. If you know what you're going with, then you're good. If you don't know what's coming up, you might not like it. As for the boss does kind of get a little bit annoying. You have to hit him in a specific way or else it's not going to work. Depending on the kind of types of cat you have, it may or may not even pop off. But like, besides all that, just for the music alone, I say it's S tier, honestly. Favorite. Well, not my favorite, but one of my favorites. Pretty cool. I love the moon. Get in the cage. Oh, wow. So after you defeat the moon, you will get the fake ending. Get in the cage plays. Wow. This actually kind of impressed me. I really do like the song. It's really nice, and it actually kind of got me. I was like, oh, I hope I don't, you know, I hope I don't lose my save file or whatever. I'm glad it didn't. It's a fake ending, whatever. But, you know, I like it. If it's the song, or if it's the theme. I like the ending too. I mean, just the short ending, you know. It's very hard for me to explain. I don't know why. But I do like the song. I mean, there's no boss to this. This is technically a radio song, but I mean, it also happens. I like it. Personally, Get in the Cage, pretty cool. Not much else to say because there's no boss. But, you know, that's it. I love Brush Your Teeth. Yeah. I'm a #1 Pyrofina fan. If you like Zartana, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna agree with you in any way, shape, or form. I love the kaiju boss fights. They're really fun. It's first Pyrofina, Zartana, and then you fight both of them all at once. It's really cool. Great ideas. Love it. This is actually where I'm at in Mewgenics right now, currently. So, you know, whole lot of things there. Jeez. Wow. I like the song. It fits the characters because, you know, whole kaiju things. But not much else to say, really. It just, I like that they divided the whole fan base amongst two characters, Pyrofina and Zartana. Freaking so cool. Honestly, I'm a #1 Pyrofina fan. I don't know why. Something about Pyrofina made me happy. So, you know, huge buffs to Pyrofina. I actually just killed Zartana and I got Pyrofina's collar, made me happy. Nothing else to say. Pyrofina #1. Let's go, guys. Come on. Next. Oh, sorry. Okay. Next thing we're going to talk about is technically Act 3. If you have not made it to Act 3, click off because Act 3 is technically the end of everything. There will be no other acts at this point. Alright, let's move. Scrambled. I know this is technically another radio song because it doesn't really pop off with the zone. But I don't care because they all kind of fit into the same category. Because, I mean, I also included Mom, I Really Hate You and not Unga Bunga. Well, they're both the same, you know what I'm talking about. As for Scrambled, I like it. It does kind of suck that it's not used in the Rift, from what I heard. But also, I feel like it's missing something. I love Scrambled, don't get me wrong. It probably should go to B tier. But it's just missing something. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't feel right. Something's happening. I don't know. It might just be me, but I do really like Scrambled. It's nice, just not the best. Crazy Days. I don't know what to say. It's cool. I like Crazy Days. Ways up, down, front, or back. Sideways on this two-lane highway. Just sit here and watch that upper river flow. It's all wrong to sing a song. What's falling apart and it won't take long. Can't believe I'm seeing someone to someone. Rains down, I'm near the ground. Scream so loud, can't hear a sound. Shaking, starts to rumble. Watch it crumble. My hair's on the braids. Can't hear the chaos or the madness. But like, I don't know. It's not much else to say. It's a nice song, dude. I put it at B. I like it. Just something about it. I never made it to the riff, so I don't know. Maybe it doesn't kick in as well as some other songs. I do like it, but compared to the other two songs, I like them a bit more. I don't mind Chaos or Crazy Days. I will listen to Crazy Days a couple times. I really like it. Really fast paced. Lyrics make absolutely no sense, and that's the entire point. So, you know, huge thumbs up to making the song so random that it's so good. Technically, Scramble does the same thing, but I do like Crazy Days, though a little bit better. Next one. I really like Chaos. Chaos also being one of my favorites. I do like how they make it almost weird. Like the whole, I don't know if it's something about the song makes it sound almost weird. Like it's meant to be played a different way, if that makes any sense. I really like it though. Really good song. I haven't made it to the riff just yet, so maybe my opinions will change pretty soon. So, you know, take Act 3 with a grain of salt. I heard it's pretty difficult and weird, but I like it. Pretty cool place from what I've seen. Chaos, pretty good song. I put it up there. I don't have too much to say because, once again, I haven't made it that far. But I know it's just a bunch of mixed boss fights all into one. And then once you kill them, you unlock something more. I really like Bolt Lightning. I haven't fought the final boss fight. I just said that. You know, I never made it to the rift just yet. Wow. Bolt of Lightning took me away. Honestly, really fun song. Really, really fun song. I like how fast-paced it is. Once again, really cool. And this one actually does have good lyrics that make sense, unlike the other, like, 3. Which I understand, that's the whole point. It's, you know, practically devoid from Isaac. But better, from what I heard. Alright, let's move. Endless Misery. The first time I made it to Act 3, I don't know. I thought this song was gonna be a little bit better. It's not one of my least favorites, but it's also not one of my favorites. Also, I love that Stacy and freaking Spewer, the guy, the man, the myth, the legend, Spewer, you know, the quality, like, what, 2 item from Isaac, is in Mewgenics. I played the original Spewer game. I love Spewer. The ending was kind of crazy, and I'm pretty sure Dr. Beanie is not the same guy in Spewer, which is a bit weird because they are practically the exact same person, whatever. But Endless Misery? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really hit me, especially for a lab. I do like Calamine Smoothie. That fits the lab a little bit more, in my opinion. But it also kind of fits a vet a little bit more. I don't know. But Endless Misery, I can't give it too much. I don't know. Boss fights are kind of annoying. Stacy is fun. I do like a random boss fight that technically changes, that you kind of create on your own, in a way. Also, Spewer, he just kind of sucks. Like, literally, he does suck. Your cats. It's kind of bad. But I do like how they take the concept of Spewer taking pills to become different, you know, creep. You know, cool stuff. The song doesn't really fit too much, though. Whatever. Oh my god, dude. I love the Ice Age so much. One of my favorites. I do like Unga Bunga. I know it's the caveman version where it's nothing but gibberish. Really cool, though. And this also goes for Mom, I Really Hate You, which I'll play later on. Actually, never mind. Honestly, the first time I made it to the Ice Age, I was impressed by just listening to the instrumentals. I was like, dang, this is going to be a fun one. The caveman boss fight, pretty fun. He is a bit difficult, and he gives you like 15 concussions. So, you know, my cats have the exact same intelligence as I am, which is -10. Fun stuff. Not much else to say. I love the theming. I love how it feels, and I love how cool it is. It's really nice. Really, really freaking nice. Now to move to the actual lyrical version, you know, the one with actual words. Okay, this one is literally the exact same as Ice Age Unga Bunga, but this one you can actually listen to with actual lyrics. A little bit higher than the original. Not much else to say about it. It's literally the exact same song, but one with lyrics and one without gibberish. That was put the wrong way, actually. One with gibberish and one with lyrics. Sorry, I speak too fast. I don't even think anymore. Anyways, I love it. Really great song. Compared to Alone in the Dark, Alone in the Dark goes #1. I love it so much. Alright, next one. Tough. The Jurassic Period one. I don't know what to say. I haven't made it to the Jurassic Period just yet. But I do like the song. Song's pretty nice. I heard the boss kind of sucks, I think. I think it goes B tier. Not much else to say. Once again, never fought the boss. But, you know, cool stuff. I do like the music. Music alone, pretty nice. It doesn't really fit the theming of just Jurassic and, you know, really weird. I do like the cavemen one a little bit more just because it does add the more gibberish because cavemen, you know, no words yet. And Tough does have a little bit more words, which honestly, if you think about it, probably go in reverse. It should be gibberish, or it should be like, you know, roars, you know? Sound like that, whatever. Anyways, I do like both of them. Tough just being my less favorite. Next one. Once again, I never made it to Das Future, but I love the song. The song is pretty nice. I can't say anything about the boss fight. I seen the battles against, you know who. He's not. He looks pretty hard. I don't like that he just, you know, the minions grow up, kind of like the Throbbing King in a way. I don't know. Not much to say because I haven't made it to the Das Future yet, but still, pretty fun boss. Or not fun boss. I probably shouldn't say fun boss, but pretty you know, pretty cool place. It does fit the theming being the future, but what if something else happened? Kind of cool. I really do like it. Now, oh, this is the alternate, by the way. The alternate path from the Ice Age. This is the future. The end. Alright, next one. This makes me so happy to listen to. Holy dude. I'm not even gonna lie. Ash is back, bro. I just finished The End is Nigh not too long ago, and I'm kind of sad that Ash didn't show up as much as I love him to. Even in his own game, I feel like it's just not enough Ash. And then they brought him back from Mewgenics? Like, holy dude. It made me so happy to just hear Ash, bro. Or not Ash. Just hear the song, you know? The original, the end song too. Really good. It's almost like isolated showers. Like, if you played the game before, you'll get a hit with nostalgia, and you'll be so happy. But if you have not, then it's just not gonna do too much for you. Like, if, Endless Misery did something with Spewer's song, you know? Then it would have been a lot cooler, because I love Spewer as well. I beat in Spewer. I beat in Time F. And I beat in The End is Nigh. So it's like, if they brought back the original melodies in the original song, but with lyrics, I would have loved it a lot more. So, you know, We're Dead, one of my favorites, just because Ash is there. Also, I used this song already in one of my Minecraft videos. So, you know, pretty cool stuff. Next one. I never made it to the Terminators, so not much else to say. The song, not even one of my favorites. I do like the Taser Paws line though. You know, Switchblade Claws, Taser Paws, W bars, honestly. Not much else to say. I do like that they did do Terminators, because as a kid I did watch Terminator 2 because my dad showed it to me. So, you know, seeing these two cats in a game that I like, or, you know, based off, you know, an old movie, whatever. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool stuff. I never fought them, but I heard that they're pretty hard for what they are. Yeah. The song, though, it doesn't hit me, and it doesn't have too many lyrics. It's very spaced apart. So, we're moving on. Holy, dude. Crack of Doom? One of my freaking favorites, bro. No reason. I love it. I know the freaking... It sounds terrible to fight all the mini-bosses over and over again, and then you just fight the last you-know-who. But I also really like that the lyrics for the Crack of Doom is literally mocking him for what he did to himself in the, you know, if you know history, you know. Yeah, freaking cool. The lyrics, I think, is more of up to thought, you know, but the Crack of Doom being a crack of a gunshot and other things, that's at least what I heard from, like, theories or whatever. I like the theory more than, you know, what could be the real lyrics, which is practically nothing. But I like the thought of them just making fun of him for doing what he did. Pretty cool. Love it so much. Wow. The lyrics, actually, love it. Also, the alternate version, Smash the Head, I also do like it. They'll probably go in the same spot just because Smash the Head is, you know, pretty cool too. Moving on to the next one. This is the final zone of Mewgenics. If you have not heard these final songs, or you've not heard of the final boss fights, probably click off if you still want. I'm gonna also spoil the ending. If you haven't watched the ending, you don't know the ending, best to quit now. Sorry. Yeah, I really want to talk about the ending, my thoughts, and everything so far. Great stuff. Alright, let's move. Oh, wow. Angel Wings. I never made it to the to Infinity, or what's it called? I think it's Infinity, or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but Heaven, basically. Wow. I heard Angel Wings from the what's called Spotify, and it was a great song. Honestly, it was like, wow, it's pretty calm, which does fit the vibe of the area. As for the fights and the enemies, I don't have much to say because, like I said, never made it to heaven. Not like that though. But you know, it sounds great. Can't wait to make it there. Yep. Let's move on now. Ooh, dude, dig your own grave. Honestly, might actually beat the bunker. In fact, it will beat the bunker. Oh my god. I seen the boss fights for you know, the creator. Joe, wow. Dude, the music changing within the phases of the boss fight is so freaking cool and such an amazing idea. It's literally Dogma 2.0, and it's actually better than Living in the Light, in my opinion. This one hit me with so much surprise. It made me so happy. So happy. I love Dig Your Own Grave. All 3 versions of Dig Your Own Grave too. Great stuff. Amazing voice acting. Or just, you know, singing in general. Holy dude. Great stuff. Oh my god. Wow. Alright, now for the final one. The future meets the past. After all of this, all of these battles, the songs, and everything, it's the end. You know? You finally made it to the final bit. As much as the song is cool, it's a, you know, it's a play on, it's a parody of, you know, Graveyard Smash or whatever it's called. I don't know. I don't do much. But honestly, I think it's pretty fitting. For no reason, just because it fits the song. The whole ending. I'm gonna talk about the ending now. Spoilers, major spoilers. My thoughts on the ending and my thoughts on the whole entire lore of, you know, all of this. Well, until the DLC comes out, whenever that is. I love The Future Meets the Past. Great song, amazing stuff. For the ending, and just for it to pull off that you are playing as Isaac's mom, is so cool. Dude, I saw Isaac's mom and I was like, no way. There's just no way. And even Beanie is talking about like, oh yeah, you know how Isaac is, you know? Like, he talks about Isaac. He knows Isaac. It's just like, you know, it's that one moment where it's like, hold up. We're not playing as some random person. We're playing as someone we knew from the very beginning. Isaac's mom. Like, crazy. I forgot that we technically revived. Like, when the first time I played Mewgenics and I like woke up to the opening cutscene and Beanies revived us, I did not think I was playing as someone else. That thought didn't cross my mind until later on, where I was like, wait. Like, you know, when I started watching like the final endings and whatever, I was like, wait, that's sad. That's terribly sad. Here's my thought on the true ending of Mewgenics and the whole story right now. Or the timeline, I should say. So, first, I think it goes from Isaac, you know, the Binding of Isaac. When Isaac dies, Magdalene eventually dies as well. That's like very far into the future. Or not too far, you know, a couple years after she after she griefs Isaac's death, as we've seen in the Beast ending. So, you know, she finds Isaac and then she ends up dying herself, which we do not know how or maybe possibly what. Could be something, could be nothing. But after, you know, Magdalene dies and then she gets revived by Beanies, Beanies forces her to break her own faith by killing God. And once she does so, she just gets placed in a loop because of Steven stopping Beanies from going to the future, you know, and stopping the whole explosion, whatever. Which is crazy, because she's living the same thing Isaac living. Isaac is living in an endless loop of his own memories because he's like, you know, kind of forced. He wakes up in the basement, the same story over and over again, and he just can't come to terms with his own delirium, you know? Like his own life. It's so heartbreaking for him that he doesn't know what to do except repeat it over and over and over again. So Isaac, mom, doing the exact same thing for Isaac is almost heartbreaking, actually. It shows, like, it almost makes you think Magdalene is not a bad person. It makes you think that she actually kind of wants Isaac back. Because Beanies even explains that, like, oh yeah, this guy took Isaac from you. You should kill him, right? So, you know, Magdalene just doing that same loop again is kind of crazy. It's honestly crazy. When I saw that ending, I was like, wow, that is something. Not much else to say about that. Well, I still do have more. So, like I said, you know, Magdalene, you know, going for Isaac, willing to break her own faith just because some random guy tells her so. I'm pretty sure he did say that he used the device that he gives you later on, the charming device, on Magdalene to make Magdalene listen to him. I'm not sure if that's true though, because it's been a while since I even, you know, got that. It's been a while since I even got that side quest, so I don't even remember if Beanie said anything about it. Pretty sure he did though. Yeah. So Magdalene being in a loop, Isaac being in a loop, crazy. Now we move on to the different games. So it goes Binding of Isaac, Mewgenics, and then the end is nigh. What I'm talking about is because in the future, when you go further into the future, you make it to Ash's place, you know, Ash's timeline. And if you don't know, Ash says that the world died twice.
How the fuck does the Earth die twice?
And we know the world died after the nuke that went off when you followed Dr. Beanie's rules. Dr. Beanie tells you to activate the nuke, and then he teleports you out of there, and you go into a time loop. So Steven never really stopped the bomb. Steven just stopped you from going to the future or going to the past. I think I forgot which one. But anyways, so the nuke, I'm pretty sure, is what destroyed the world, or the world end up dying on its own. Either way, it ended up with, you know, Ash being alive, or anyone who was considered alive suddenly becomes a tumor and some kind of fleshy little thing. I mean, even Steven's there, and he kind of explains that there is no hope in Ash's timeline. And Ash looks for a friend, ends up making a bomb, and then the bomb blows up again, making the final ending for the entire world of Isaac's, or, you know, Mewgenics, whatever you want to call it. Edmund's world, basically. Final thing, though, I think after the end is nigh, it's probably moving on to, Time F. Steven, you know? Because in the whole world of Stevens, it's just Steven and Steven and Steven, and it's just a bunch of block shapes and whatever. But it's also based off the future, apparently. That's what it says. It's based off the future. So I'm guessing after whatever happened to Ash, you know, the second explosion, suddenly Stevens just started ruling the world. Just a bunch of Stevens. Everyone suddenly becomes Steven, and Steven becomes Steven. I know Steven puts himself in a loop to save the other Stevens. If you get the true ending of Time F, it will explain that the Time F is almost like putting yourself in a box. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's almost like explaining that it's an endless loop. I mean, everything's an endless loop. Steven's in an endless loop, Isaac's in an endless loop, and Magdalene herself is in an endless loop of just all of this. It's a lot. It's not sure how the end is nigh would connect to Steven. Maybe, perhaps, in the DLC we'll get more the end is nigh and Time F stuff. Maybe that'll be better. Or, better yet, Edmund McMillan makes another game about Steven. Just purely about Steven. That would be really fun and a good way to end off everything that he has done so far. Also, The End is Nigh is almost like a goodbye to everything Edmund McMillan created. Because if you don't know, in The End is Nigh, you can find Guppy, Isaac, Gish, I'm pretty sure Triachnid, Steven. You can find a bunch of his old characters and all of this stuff. And it almost seems like a permanent goodbye to all of his creations for what looks like no reason, or what feels like no reason. Not sure if I'm explaining it in a good way, but I feel like you just gotta play Edmund games to truly find all of that. Anyways, this is the final tier list. There's all my opinions and whatever. If you guys truly agree, say, yeah, that's super freaking cool. And if you don't, then I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. So, yes. See you Souls and Wiz some other time. Next video I make will probably be about you know, my channel and what I'm trying to do, and see if you guys would want to help out if possible. Huge thing. But yeah, see you guys soon. Thank you guys for 100 subscribers. Let's keep this going, please.